This is WXEX TV Channel 8, Petersburg, Richmond, Virginia. It's time for the big news with Peter J. Wiggins. And here now, Peter Wiggins. Good evening, everybody, on this Monday evening, November 20th, 1961. Here now in the news. In Washington, a Senate group has urged the administration to weed out seriously overstaffed defense agencies that also called on the State Department to assume more censorship to the making of a national security policy, saying that the department should be less weighted to the philosophy of reset into problems as they arise.
I hope so. I hope no.
Based on a series of recommendations committed to the final statement Saturday in the Injection Committee, known officially as the Statement of the Government and Policy Machinery. The final statement closed the books on what has been called one of the most scholarly and bipartisan investigations of modern congressional history. At least a dozen of the committee's major recommendations has been adopted by the Kennedy administration. The White statement of the Senate Chairman Henry M. Jackson, Democrat of Washington, reported on the items of unfinished business.
19 killings. He's been sentenced, as you know.
On the top of the list, a conclusion that faulty government machinery rarely the culprit when policies
A piece of history from last month's
are inconsistent on when they lack sustained momentum, unless our top officials are in basic agreement about what is permanent for the national interest, what comes first and what comes second, and there is bound any drift and confusion below, said the report. In a sketch on specific recommendations for improving the policy formulated machinery, including the government must eliminate personnel in the national security departments and agencies who are doing work and that does not really need doing. The conflict of interest has some dating back to the first Civil War, containing painless impediments in public service. The report calls on an administration to remove barriers after which excluded able citizens from public service. Washington, the United States Supreme Court would found women who feel their places in their home. Ruled unanimously today that the states may relieve women in jury unless they volunteer to serve. The decision was given in the ease of Mrs. Gwendolyn Hoyt, sentenced in Florida in 1958 for the imprisonment of killing her husband with a baseball bat, sentenced to 30 years. In an appeal tonight, tribunal, Mrs. Hoyt's lawyers are good. She was unconstitutionally deprived of equivalent protection of the law because the jury that tried was all male. Florida law says the name of no female shall be taken for the jury service unless the person said that as registered with the clerk of an inland quarter desired to be placed on a jury list. Justice Arlen delivered a decision which has turned down Mrs. Hoyt's appeal, said there has been an anticipation of women over the years, but he said women is considered being a
couple of spot showers. On Saturday, we'll actually start to get some partial from the north.
Next to the Center of Home and Family Life. We cannot say student of the constitutionally impaired minister first.
We'll stay south of
Slate acting in personal and general warfare to conclude where the women should be relieved from the civic duty of the jury service unless she has herself determined to such service is consistent with her own special responsibilities.
have some snow squalls here on Sunday.
Florida is not alone in this position, said Harlan related to the 47 states where women are eligible for the jury service, 17 in addition to Florida plus the District of Columbia give women an absolute exemption. Today's decision does not mean that all women who voluntary must be taken by jury service. A decision simply upheld the Florida law, which says no women shall be taken unless she registers her desire to be put on a jury list.
15 degrees, midwinter cold.
Annapolis, Maryland, the city has 13 persons arrested during widespread picketing of restaurants which refuse to serve Negroes, went on a hunger strike in advance of the started appearance in the court today. The 6 whites and 7 Negroes were among a group of more than 400 depicted some 100 restaurants in
on Saturday, I do want to point
Baltimore and Annapolis. On Saturday, they were picked
in the way of any wet weather or anything like that on Saturday.
on charges of trespassing
Through the region.
and were taken to Arundel County Jail after
With that, but for
Antoinette's restaurant in Annapolis refused to serve them. About 125 persons participated in the campaign travel from Baltimore to Annapolis Saturday night, depicted at the
Monday, that's going to be real.
jail and in front of Governor Milton Charles' residence.
Won't last all that long. The real incredible cold.
The Hague Dutch companion of missing Michael Rockefeller was rescued today off the south coast of New Guinea, and a report from the wild area
Storm late to
said there was reason to hope that Rockefeller was also safe. The Interior Ministry said and then received a message from the administration at Holiday, the capital of West New Guinea, said that had good reason to hope that Rockefeller reached the coast. The Dutch companion of the youngest son of New York Governor Nelson A. Rockefeller told
Well, it's been the most anticipated game since the National Football League schedule was
Rescued that he had been saw young Rockefeller flattened
in Brady. Well, Mike,
off a two all-purpose military car that could be used to keep him afloat. The rescued man said the two were forced to abandon her.
Tom Brady said his mom thought it was interference the other night. Did your mom understand?
Part a native craft made of two canoes joined together. The word came as the offer. Older Rockefeller, pale and shaken, began a 10,000-mile plane dash from New York to New Guinea. A spokesman for the governor said during a sleepover in San Francisco stopover that the news of the rescue. Under the command was encouraging and a member of the United States exploration team, the 23-year-old Michael was on the hunt for primitive art and sculpture in one of the wildest areas of the earth. New Guinea's southern cross of the swamp and jungle. The Dutch companion was picked up in the morning by a Dutch Navy craft off the coast. The government announced that it said that the search for young Rockefeller was continuing. The rescue man and Dutch official named R.S. Watson 34 said that he had seen Rockefeller last seen on floating on two cans of the southern mouth of the Allen River right over the island. He did not know if Rockefeller had reached him, and then after they showed the
Team, another good quarterback that you're going to know.
Interior Ministry, an announcement said the announcement based on the information of the Dutch administration of Holland and the arm of the Dutch Navy said that it was Sunday at 4 p.m. local time. Capsized.
So it's on to Denver.
Run, a small native vessel was spotted off the mouth of the Allen River. Naval craft could not be reached in the
Center 5.
so did my mom.
run before dusk fell in. During the night, contract was less than a minute. Announcement said, but this morning the prawn was sighted up again 14 miles out of the coast. Watson was taken aboard in the naval craft in the morning at about 5 a.m. and is good health, the announcement said.
On this play in Sunday night's game against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Los Angeles earthquakes jolted Los Angeles and Orange County today, but apparently caused no heavy damage. The first jolt was felt about 12:54 a.m. in Los Angeles, Hollywood, Huntington Park, Long Beach, Norwalk, and numerous Orange County communities knocked down a ceiling and the second floor of the public safety building in Long Beach and damaged dishes and upper breakables in some homes. The disturbance lasted about 15 seconds in Long Beach and others shook was felt in the Los Angeles area about 3:32 last only a second or two.
So, in case you
Bonn, Germany, West German Ambassador Hans Quels flew back to his post in Moscow today after getting
look at the reception,
Chancellor Conrad Adenauer approval of his handling of the conversation with Premier Khrushchev on the Berlin conference. Quell was called home last Tuesday to report that an conversation after suspicions were voiced that he overstepped his authority to main proposal contrary to the West German policy.
a little bit of a
16 people died on Virginia highways over the weekend, 4 of them
Thank
in one accident as the state's death toll jumped to 733 for the year. A year ago was 862. 4 of the weekend fatalities came in a two-car collision Sunday just south of Greenville in Augusta County. Killed were John Paul Baker, 21 and 1528 North, 17 Street in Norton.
Get busy.
Joanne Catherine Clare, 19 of Washington, D.C. Edward Wilson Dull, 25 of Staunton and Paul Thomas Sloan, 30 of Ruffian. Police said a car driven by. Benjamin Ellis of Washington pulled out a service station and crashed head-on to another car driven by Horace Henley Weeks of Ruffian, and Mary was in critical injured and Weeks was reported in fair condition Waynesboro Hospital. Baker and Miss Clare was passengers in the Albany car, Dale and Lawton were passengers in the Weeks car. Kermit Donald Lawson, 33 of Stewart, was fatally injured yesterday when the car he was riding in overturned north of Stewart on Virginia 613 in Petro County. Joe Thomas Daly, 30 of Fifth Boulevard, died early Sunday of injuries received in a single car accident on US 1 just north of the Virginia 315 intersection in Fairfax County. Cross Strecker Concrete Bridge station. James Edward Salmon, 21 of Richmond, was killed early Sunday when his car overturned on US 33 in Hanover County. Everett Ferdinand Staley Jr., 25, of Lloyd died yesterday when he fell under the rear wheel of a tractor on which he was riding on Virginia 6 miles west of Labor in Page County. He died of a broken neck. Dello San Marshall, 17 of Richmond, was killed Sunday in a two-car collision in Sense. She was thrown from the car driven by Billy Wayne Bennett, 16 of Highland Springs. Wilma Augustine Brooks, 17 of the Ellison, was the driver in the second car. A 56-year-old Salem man, William F. Bale, was killed Saturday when the car ran off the US 220 and a half miles north of the Bath County line in Highland County. The car struck a tree. Albert Curtis Spain, 31 in Salem, died Saturday in a two-car collision about 3 miles west of Salem on US 11. Some police said. Maine was driving one of the cars when he crashed in Roanoke County. A 21-year-old Massachusetts woman, Margaret Frederick Rayner Saugus, was killed Saturday in a two-car crash on US 301 4 miles south of Port Royal in Caroline County. Tim Reeves, 36 of Lynchburg, died Saturday when the car in which he was a passenger smashed into a utility pole in front of the Lynchburg E.C. Glass High School. A 52-year-old Louisa County man, Albert Thurman Massa Burnquist, died Saturday when his car crashed in an embankment along US 33 6 miles east of Cuckoo in Louisa County. A brother and sister from Roseland in Amherst County were killed Sunday when their car was involved in a collision with another auto on US 68 mile east of Amherst. Police said it was snowing at the time. Victims were Martin Jr. Fitzgerald, 25, and Carolyn Yvonne Fitzgerald, 17. Martin was the divider that operated the depth for the car.
Starting with new Blue Cross Medicare plans as low as $0. These plans include everything.
Miami, Florida, Terry Jude to pull out 11-year-old wall
And vision exams.
of the seesaw, a great deal of blood all over the decks of the ill-fated catch Bluebelle the night of the vessel sails in an Atlantic carried her family to his death, the Coast Guard reported today. The Green Bay, Wisconsin girl recovered from a Miami hospital after a rescue from a small raft told Coast Guard investigators of a terrible night. The Coast Guard called a special news conference to disclose the information of 6 investigators got from the girl, the sole survivor of 7 people who got to the sea and the Bluebelle. Sunday night, the night of the sinking in the Bahamas Sea was awakened by sounds of screaming and cutting on the deck. Coast Guard investigation reported saying, according to report, this was her account. She recognized the voice of her brother Brian was one of those screaming. She went outside to her room and saw the mother and Brian on the floor to the central cabin and saw a great deal of blood all over. She climbed to the main deck and saw blood all over the after deck, and Captain Julian Harvey came into her something in his hand when she asked what happened. He told her in an angry voice to get down there. She struck her and forced her to lock down the stairs. She went to the trunk and heard water sloshed over to the deck and thought the captain might have been washing the blood off the deck. The water was rising from the bill. She's in her room. A short time later, Harvey came in her room with something in his hand. She thought it was a rifle. He didn't speak to her. That they left the room and she heard hammering noises and was the deck fly. This time the water in the woman reached her mattress and she again went back up in the deck. She saw the dinghy and the rubber rafting in the water asked Harvey and the boat was sinking. He said yes and jumped over the board and got into the dinghy. She hadn't seen him anymore as he floated away into the darkness. Then she noticed a cork raft in the top of the cabin and got into that.
Even comes close to value beating.
Only $2.99. You can't.
United States fearful that Antoinette Young met with the Oriental province from the Congo today to have the UN Security Council call for an end to all successors activities in a turbulent country. U.S. delegates scheduled a meeting with delegates of Ceylon, Libya, and United Arab Republic to urge many rights such as general vision in a resolution introduced last Wednesday. The resolution now calls it an end for the session's activities only in Katanga province, and 11 Nation Council was to meet the afternoon. The 3-nation resolution locked on a votes to pass an original farm and ran the risk of a Soviet veto that changed the Sudan United States. Ciudad Trillo, Dominican Republic, part of a U.S. show of force and opposition from young Dominican Air Force generals. The trio can appeared to have abandoned an attempt to set up this new dictatorship in the Caribbean Republic today. Washington President Kennedy and West Germany Conrad Adenauer opened a series of policy conferences to gain an effort to agree on a basis for West negotiation with the Soviet Union to settle the Berlin dispute. Kennedy was reported hopeful that Adenauer would accept a flexible approach along to for some concession by the West if the Soviet Union is willing to respect vital interests of the Western powers in West Berlin. The West German Chancellor arrived here Sunday calling for cooperation among the Allies and predicting victory for the peace 11-nation Cold War. He told the Secretary of State Dean Russ Kuhlman his plan at the Island Reserve Force Base will be as convinced that the police 11 nations will win.
Get $2,000 cash allowance or 0% financing for 60 months on the 2013 Dodge Dart.
Manila, a Liberal Party leader said today that President calls pay governor to protest
Press cheers. It's a charming triumph.
the St. Maplegold's election in effect too. To straighten the Liberal candidate's inauguration, Senator Ferdinand Marcos, the Liberal Party president, said across the Nationalist Party, which has retained its control of both houses of Congress in the election last week, May 5th claimed that Macabagal
Sometimes these eyes.
President after recessing in a vote next month set up a proclamation and required to law Marcus Sudan and legally any protest would be returns would be how the amendment of the Supreme Court after the proclamation by Congress normally that it was persisted that would be sorted by the end of December. No immediate rearmament available after Garcia quick confronting the other nationalist leaders and then amount. King President Joe Palace Garcia refused Sunday to concede in the election and said, "Our grandfather did it."
Jerusalem to learn more.
Beating the doctrine in the combination of election returns, Liberal Party leaders were conferred and marriage home to the devised country. Measures should Garcia try to blank McCullough. The McCullough was ironed out in the middle after the report of threat to the safety to be circulated in the city, and his family left their subborn home front in the school's place. Letters from the election commission, and the vote was 39,320 to 40,511. Precinct gave McCullough 3.450 million votes to 2,085,559 votes for Garcia.
Terrorists living and plotting in a Kentucky town. How did affiliates of Al-Qaeda sneak into
The Russian Orthodox Church in New Delhi, India,
investigate?
was admitted today to the World Council of Churches that had misgivings and considerable acclaim. The step came as believers that have nearly every kind and culture begin in the most widely inclusive Christian convocation in the modern era. At the meeting place at the
Control
Biswan Temple of the Learned and Picket carried a sign reading in Western clergy
that can be bought.
covenant agents, school servants of the God, but among the church convoys before the Council's Third General Assembly, vigorous applause greeted the action set into the 15-man Russian church delegation. Member nomination 175, partisan Orthodox and Anglican Catholic. Bryant was contracted to 2 U.S. churches that stained at the Russian Orthodox Church and an American and the Anglican Reformed Church in America. The Right Reverend Sultan Becky, a Trenton, New Jersey bishop of Hungarian Church, was forced to the favor of Western churchmen would be used to cancel the platform for the political purposes. Harvard churchmen from the east and west side of the entry of the Russian church brought in the scope of the Christian Unity Movement and then gave ancient Eastern dominations full representation, and 22 other church ladies were admitted, but including the Bulgarian, Romanian, and Polish Orthodox churches and 2 Chilean Pentecostal churches. The first Pentecostal groups then joined the council. The additions bring the council out of 2 dominations with more than 300 million members in almost 50 counties, and steps in a Roman Catholic church. Every major confession is now strongly represented, said Dr. W.A. Russ. Sir Tillon and the Council Joint Secretary never he said it is a greater variety of expressions in Christian faith has been brought together in one movement. The Russian Church has a membership of estimated about 30 to 50 million in the population, 250 million people. The mission of the Russian Church culminated in more than 10 years of negotiation. Dr. Visser Covenant leaders came at a convinced that the participation of the Western Church would mean the cause of interest. Washington President Kennedy got back from his Western tour today after a 6-hour flight from Los Angeles.
And Mohammed Hamadi were able to come to the U.S.
Berkeley Plantation in
background checks.
Virginia reclaimed that chapter and then a story passed it here. Yesterday at Solemn Pageantry in Young, they recalled it what is believed that it was the first American Thanksgiving. Only weatherman failed to get the spirit of the reenactment of the historic events of December 4, 1619 went on before the top one in the crowd of
A relentless series of attacks against U.S. forces.
500 that included Governor J. Lindsay Almond Jr., the governor, the colorfully clad English settled of 3 Episcopal ministers, and everybody got more than a little wind in the proceedings, which is assaulted by hail, rain, and wind.
The men said they wanted to carry out new attacks in the U.S.
Washington, as an aftermath of the Speaker's St. Raymond's death, House Democrats may be caught up in a contest over the one to become floor leader. The policy leader of the fight was raised Sunday by a discourse that Representative Richard Rawling of Missouri will suck that the past left open when Representative John W. McCormick of Massachusetts steps up as expected as a speakership. While bonus was not available for the coming, it was learned under the best of 40 he will challenge Representative Carl Abbott of Oklahoma for the floor leadership. Bond has been only name mentioned and a likely opponent of McCormick for the speakership as the issue ran for the number 2 post in the House High Command. Meanwhile, the most certain McCormick would be 60 Rayburn. McCormick became acting Speaker when canceled for Rayburn to leave the Capitol last August.
And now there is an urgent effort here to go through a huge backlog of other bonds.
Governor designated acting floor leader by McCormick and as a formal election has been taken for granted until Bowen decided to make a contest. Albert made his own interest official, sending out one of his former leading actor to make House to Oklahoma home and it'll be seek the post. A caucus of House Democrats will see the new speaker and the floor leader shortly before the House reconvenes on journey time for less. But withdraws before the caucuses could be developed in a knockdown. Party split in. After a little good jeopardize President Kennedy's legislation program, Alvo in trouble in House. Ball 45 has been long unified with the liberal group, and he has he calls himself a moderate. He has served since 1949. I remember at a powerful Wills Committee where he has wavered chief spokesman and but arrived at the House 2 years after. And before Bullen has been party whip assistant leader for the past 7 years. He has 37 and calls himself a moderate. Stepward in Albert is a strong group of Southerners headed by Robertson Howard W. Smith, Democrat Virginian chairman of the Wills Committee. He also has been back among the Northern Democrats. Bond supporters commonly have back in most of the Northern and Western liberals as well as some Southerners. Okay, down to the sports. Old rivals to me noon.
An adventure turned into a nightmare. Merrill Newman, an 85-year-old career.
As the 7 closes out a 6-1 football season this week with renewal 2 veritable fakes to get a day rivalries. The date back today is when Grandpa was a
trip to the country he
kid.
fought against. About to leave.
Total rivalry that began in 1994 when matches VMI and Virginia Tech Roanoke against the 57 meaning of the teams. Tech wasn't a field only in the FT 22-1995 series advantage. Yagger then points a year to renewal longer than the number of renewals in the 70th collision of Richmond and Wilton Mary and Richmond. So the same Richmond leads 33-3-1-5 in the series that started in 1890 for one of the few times that the recent years VMI VPI clash. We have no bearing on the conference championship which VMI took in 1957, 59, 1960, but already lost to Citadel this year. That are coming to the game, however. To determine the final makeup of the first division of the conference status, the Citadel is probably at the top of this 5-1 league record.
Second American detained under the new young leader Kim Jong-un.
Followed by Richmond 4-2, West Virginia 2-1, and VMI 3-2, Fairmont 2-2, and VPI 2-2. And national the Thursday competitors except Apple's one Marion, which is 1-8 overall. The triumphant victories at old could put the stamp of the success of the season. VMI 5-4 against all quarters, best whip with Virginia Tech to post its 5th straight. When Americans Tech 4-4 overall, needs to win to avoid a losing mark in Drake Claiborne's first season as coach. And Richmond 4-5 must beat WM for its first break-even record since 1955. The VMI Tech blood battle will also be inside the Virginia Big 5 championship when the Techmen won last year while VMI was making off with a bigger path. The 7 comes crown. Both now 2-1 in Big 5 play, so that is Virginia. But the Calvins have no more state games. Calvin's teams closed out the seasons on 3 fronts last Saturday in games against of Cumberland Sports, but you don't need the Citadel and on a happy note. The Bulldogs packed at 21 points and to the final period at a 26 victory of Arkansas State. They're lifting them record to 7-3 and lift them hopeful in the fourth season. They'll be the second straight year. West Virginia finished with a 45 record, losing to Indiana 17-9. As Hoosiers were up to for 10 points in the last quarter, then Mountaineers scored in Glenn Bennett's 45-yard field goal and Trey Yost slumming your pass to extract the last quarter forward. Furman's only consolation to a 3-1-6 season loss to Clemson. Paladins got their lone touchdown to the 3-9 and Miller catch a 3-yard run. But despite the defeat, Furman ended with a 7-3 record and Coach Bob King's fourth season at the helm.
Riddell's conservative image evaporated when his cocaine dealer told
Don Credado of Clemson has let increase his lead to 10 points at Atlantic Coast covered 6 individual scored race.
Right here, outside.
In St. Cloud, Mississippi State, athletic director Wade Walker is looking for a bid to succeed as head football coach. Dr. D.W. Colbert, the president, announced Sunday night that the 38-year-old Walker has requested and permitted to give up coaching duties effective. That's an executive devoted time to the post athletic director. Mississippi has 5-4 records since 1957 and 1957 when Walker was named Southeastern Conference Coach of the Year. It closed out the season December 2nd with 6th-ranked Mississippi. Chicago Packers, who have won only 2 of the 14 NBA games so far this season, completed a trade with St. Louis Hawks Sunday that enabled them to acquire Green and 4 other players. The Packers got to have Barney Cable, Archie Dees, and Ralph Davis, and then change 5 Hawks. No cash was involved. In addition to Green, the Packers got Joe Kubowski, Woody Salisbury, and Carter Cohen, and the 5th player to be named when the NBA squad was cut December 15th.
Women's rights, Gloria Steinem, and former President Bill Clinton, along with Oprah.
The St. Joseph High Sports and Gals will take on an alumni team Saturday night at Grace Armory with a girls' game starting at 7 o'clock and the boys' game to follow.
Years ago, but never.
South Texans indication they were mighty strong that the American Football League has pulled a similar stunt in 1959 prior to the gun in the draft only in times of violates an agreement of American Football Coaches Association.
Presidents paid
The
tribute.
Southside Hilltoppers meet the American Legion Knights in the final game of the second round of the Colonial Helix. We're back leading tonight at 7:30 o'clock at Shepherd Stadium.
Kennedy's grave.
The scheduled basketball game between the Fort Lee Travelers and the Richmond Stars for this afternoon at 2 o'clock has been called off. It's announced this morning. Main end of this week, schedule remains unchanged, announcement said. Richmond with a Group 1A scholarship Football always decided by more formally closing that season in the foreground and Island Springs and New King.
Tonight, ABC
Most of the potential contested bid for is for Eastern Division title.
entry to a somber setting. The plane that
Again, the combination by the Swiss Press is close. There is no way the Highland Springs can be beaten out of the state championship by EC Cluster Lynchburg under the Virginia High School League point system. Ball teams dominating no records against league competition.
is here now, David.
Only 3 games are left in the Tri-State area's football documented this fall on the railroad with 2 of them booked for Wednesday nights and the other for Thursday morning. Petersburg Wave with a chance to break even. Season will go Douglas Freeman on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. Beat it with the school's Rebels. On the same night, the Hope will. Blue Devils will be in Charlestonville for a settled division class with late night. The results will be those 2 games will be settled second place in the Central District. All the Rebels needed a victory to assure the runner-up spot since the playing one more than district game than the Blue Devils that it should have been. Rebels slip up against Wave. Then on the Blue Devils came in that take a sprint with a victory at Charlottesville. However, after the commercial break, oil 1 cola keep oil tank full out winters. Robinson Rails Oil Company Incorporated. Boom! Region 39704. Now, the waiver Peter was brought by Phillips 66. Here now, Peter Wiggins. Good evening, everybody, on this November 20th, 1961. Right now, current conditions at Richmond Airport. We got a temperature of 39 degrees, wind chill about 35 degrees, at a dew point about 32 degrees, and humidity 76%. Barometer 3.20 inches, visibly 50 miles per hour. Winds northwest about 60 conditions, clear skies. Around the region, it is 39 out of Petersburg, 44 in Newport News, and Williamsburg, 44 in Norfolk and in Virginia Beach. It's 36 in Blacksburg, 36 in Roanoke and in Denville and up in Lynchburg. 38 in Palmyra, 39 in Powhatan, 38 in Charlottesville, 38 in Harrisonburg.
Close the shades because no one can tell if there's a sniper outside.
37 out in Salisbury and Dover,
World War III.
Delaware, 37 in Salisbury, Maryland, 37 in Dover, Delaware, 36 out in Wilmington, Delaware, 39 in Baltimore, 40 in Annapolis, 42 in Washington, D.C., and 34 out in Huntington, West Virginia, and in Charleston, West Virginia, Parkersburg, West Virginia with snow, and in West Virginia and Northeastern Kentucky and 7 Ohio. Okay, let's take a look at our
Building in the plane, the heat, and everyone's their heart rate's up. And they're
weather
breathing harder.
summary around the nation. Snow fell today in the North Atlantic States, Flat Lake region, the Ohio Valley, and the higher areas of the Sierras and the Northern Rockies. Rain was noted in the Central Plateau region in the Western Gulf States and in California. It was warmer in the South Atlantic States, the Middle Mississippi Valley, and from the Central Plains States to the Southern Plateau region. So a forecast for clear and cold tonight and sunny warm tomorrow.
Plane soon, a new president.
Low tonight's low will be about 26. Tomorrow's high will be about 50 degrees. 5-day forecast for Richmond and 5-day forecast for Virginia from Tuesday for Saturday, November 21st, 25th.
Because the crew.
Those will be it's Thanksgiving Day. Temperatures will average near normal with warmer weather expected Thursday and turning cooler again on Saturday. And precipitation is expected about Friday. Some normal high temperatures and low temperatures 53 and 37 in Washington, 57 and 35 in Richmond, and 54 and 35 in Roanoke. So it'll be perfect weather for Thanksgiving. And that's the way for the big news on this November 20th, 1961 on Monday. Peter Wiggins, hope you have a good evening. For the next on Chile will be the Huntley Breaking Report. I'll be back for the big news at 11 p.m. I hope you have a good evening. I'll see you at 11. Bye, everybody.
Which is why